Hate bullies, thugs who use their strength to push other people around. They think they can achieve power and hang on to it by intimidating others. Sadly, sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't. And now we have Trump. He's all that, about intimidation, retribution. He's going to prosecute. He's going to send you to jail for having an abortion. He's going to take your Medicare and Social Security away. He's going to deport you. He's going to send the military after you if you defy him. You know who this shit works on? The MAGA politicians who are afraid of losing their power. They're so afraid of him, he's got them kissing his ass. And now they're trying to intimidate us. We will not allow that, not even for a minute, not even for a second. We need to show them our power and vote them all out, every one of them. The way to take down a bully is to look him straight in the eye.
Robert Darrow just dropped a verbal bomb so massive it might even crack Melania's signature icy stare. Did he spill some classified Mar-a-Lago tea, or just say what everyone's been thinking? One thing's for sure. Trump's gearing up for a meltdown, Fox News is scrambling, and Melania, well, she's probably still buffering.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well,
He's never held back when it comes to Trump. He's lobbed verbal grenades in interviews, unleashed fiery tirades at award shows, and made his disdain loud and clear, even in conversations that had nothing to do with politics. But this time, he took a sharp detour, straight into Melania's domain. The moment the words left his mouth, the air changed. Gasps, chuckles, and wide-eyed stares spread through the crowd as everyone tried to process what had just been said.
yeah, and they didn't allow much access, the way I understand it, to Madoff with Trump when he's in jail, and that I certainly am looking forward to. When he's in jail, if they give him a platform there, he'll never keep his mouth shut. Madoff, for some reason, they stopped. They didn't. I know that people who interviewed him had very limited access to him, but with Trump, it will be. He's another form of.
Was it a joke? A sharp-witted observation? Most likely. But was it something more? Something that made people stop and rethink? Without a doubt. The internet wasted no time tearing it apart, analyzing every syllable. Within minutes,
You feel like you're in a different space now than you were 8 years ago?
I feel I was always me the first time as well. I just feel that people didn't accept me, maybe. They didn't understand me the way maybe they do now.
She has been stepping out a little bit more publicly in recent months after really being a non-presence during the campaign. She released that memoir, there's that documentary forthcoming, and this morning talking a little bit more on Fox about how she views the role as First Lady. She also talked about how she sometimes might disagree with Donald Trump.
Maybe some people, they see me as just a wife of the president, but I'm standing on my own 2 feet, independent. I have my own thoughts. I have my own yes and no. I don't always agree what my husband is saying or doing, and that's okay.
Are you able to tell him when you disagree?
I gave him my advice, and sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't, and that's okay.
of the moment were everywhere, plastered across social media with captions like, "Darrow just shattered the Matrix," and "Did he just confirm what we all suspected?" Meme creators went into overdrive. One viral post had Melania's face edited onto a scene from The Truman Show, while another showed Trump angrily typing "how to revoke citizenship" into a search bar. Some thought Darrow had simply thrown out a playful jab, a quick quip to keep the roast sizzling. But others were convinced he had peeled back a layer of something much bigger, an unspoken truth that had been simmering beneath the surface for years. Was Melania just an unwilling participant in the Trump circus? Or was there something deeper to uncover? Whether intentional or not, Darrow's remark had sparked a conversation no one saw coming. He has never held back when it comes to Trump. lobbing verbal grenades in interviews, torching him at award shows, and making his disdain crystal clear even in conversations that had nothing to do with politics. But this time, he veered into uncharted territory. Melania. The moment the words left his lips, the room shifted. Gasps, chuckles, and wide-eyed stares spread like wildfire. Even the most buttoned-up political figures wore that unmistakable, "I shouldn't be laughing, but damn ya one" expression. This wasn't just another run-of-the-mill Trump punchline. It hit different. Was it a joke? A sharp-witted observation? Maybe. But was it something more? Something that made people stop and rethink? Absolutely. Within minutes, social media exploded. Clips of the moment flooded timelines with captions like, "Niro just shattered the Matrix." And, "Did he just confirm what we all suspected?" Meme creators went into overdrive. One viral post had Melania's face edited into The Truman Show, while another showed Trump angrily typing "how to revoke citizenship" into a search bar. Some thought Niro was just keeping the roast sizzling. Others believed he had peeled back a deeper truth, one that had been lurking beneath the surface for years. Was Melania an unwilling participant in the Trump circus, or was there more to the story? Either way, Niro's remark had ignited a conversation no one saw coming. The man who has spent decades basking in the glow of attention, the same one who once called Home Alone the greatest Christmas movie of all time, probably because of his 5-second cameo, was now raging over the wrong kind of spotlight. Predictably, he launched into a scorched earth rant about washed-up Hollywood elites, fake news, and radical leftist conspiracies. He even hinted at a lawsuit because, of course he did. But here's the irony. Trump lives for this. He thrives on outrage, feuds, and being the so-called victim of the media industrial complex. Every late-night jab, every celebrity roast, it's fuel for the machine. It gives him an enemy to rage against, a reason to remind his followers that he is the real underdog, even when he's literally one of the most powerful people in the country. For years, she's perfected the ultimate poker face, the kind that could mean deep thought, mild annoyance, or just mentally replaying a spa playlist. The internet immediately theorized, was she fuming behind closed doors, monologuing in Slovenian about how this wasn't in her prenup? Or was she blissfully unaware, enjoying a quiet afternoon at Mar-a-Lago while Trump furiously yelled at a TV? Maybe she was just scrolling through mood boards for her next Be Best initiative, completely unbothered. Silence has always been her greatest weapon. She's mastered the art of looking detached while standing next to the loudest human on the planet. But now, with comedians dragging her into the ring, would she respond? Highly unlikely. This is the same woman who once wore a jacket that said, "I really don't care, do you?" A slogan that, depending on how you look at it, is either a bold fashion statement or a perfect summary of her entire approach to public life. Meanwhile, late-night hosts and social media users kept piling on. One post read, "Melania's been giving us cryptic messages for years. Niro just put it into words." Another joked that she deserved hazard pay for enduring another 4 years of Trump, and yet she remained an enigma. Option 2. Pivot to a new beef. Maybe he accuses Niro of being a deep-state Hollywood operative or claims George Clooney rigged the Oscars. Either way, the chaos train isn't stopping. The Hollywood versus Trump saga has been running longer than The Simpsons, and somehow it still finds new ways to top itself. It's not even a fair fight anymore. It's like a heavyweight champ going 10 rounds with a reality TV contestant who forgot his gloves but still insists he's winning. And Melania, she'll probably do what she does best. Shrug, scroll past the chaos, and go back to her usual routine of pretending none of this exists. Because if there's one thing she's mastered, It's letting the world scream around her while she remains unreadable as ever. Either way, Nairo's remark had ignited a conversation no one saw coming. The man who has spent decades basking in the glow of attention, the same one who once called Home Alone the greatest Christmas movie of all time, probably because of his 5-second cameo, was now raging over the wrong kind of spotlight. Predictably, he launched into a scorched earth rant about washed-up Hollywood elites, fake news, and radical leftist conspiracies. He even hinted at a lawsuit because, of course he did. But here's the irony. Trump lives for this. He thrives on outrage, feuds, and being the so-called victim of the media industrial complex. Every late-night jab, every celebrity roast, it's fuel for the machine. It gives him an enemy to rage against, a reason to remind his followers that he is the real underdog. Even when he's literally one of the most powerful people in the country,